Welcome in Wednesday edition, Blue Sky Live here for you today. Ole Miss falling to Southern Miss last night, 7-4 in Hattiesburg at P. Taylor Park. On to Baton Rouge now for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're Chase Parham and McCready. You probably know that by now.
Hello.
If not, you just stumbled across our YouTube feed this morning, and I'm kind of curious how you got there after all this time. Anyway, welcome to you too. If you're there. We have a graphic. We have a Marvel graphic for the SEC on ABC coming up. We've moved away from CBS. We've got some house settlement terms. Really, that explains college football right now, is we have a superhero graphic talking about the new channels in the new conferences with realignment mixed with billions of dollars of a settlement that players in the NCAA are fighting over. It's really a microcosm day here in the world of college athletics, too. If you went into a coma in like 2018 and you woke up today and went, what's the fall going to look like? We're like, well, okay, here. Let me line it up for you real quick. Today would be a good day to try to explain it in like 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
That'd be a lot.
You'd have to talk fast.
It'd be a lot to throw at somebody.
You have to get going. But yeah, 10 minutes, something like that.
I mean, I got questions about all of it.
Do you?
From the graphic to possible bankruptcy to the settlement to, okay, question. I know we got stuff to get to, but I mean, a basic question. All right, so who's agreeing to this? Like, who is representing? I mean, why are former players owed money, number one? And then number two, okay, we've established that for whatever reason they are. Well, who represents them to agree to this term?
No one, just creating a number and then figure out.
And then we're going to give a percentage for revenue sharing. Who is representing the current players to agree to that number?
Some attorneys.
But I get it. But if it were the NBA or Major League Baseball or the NFL, you'd have a players union with players reps, and they would all be in the room that ultimately agreed to whatever number, so that when it was done, it's like, no, okay, we have an agreement. And so when players down the road bitched, they could go to their player rep and I was in the room. That's what we agreed to. When the new contract comes up, we'll ask for more.
Sure.
And then I have another question. It's a basic question. It's my cautionary. I'm 50-something. I won't be doing this forever. It's my cautionary question. When you make college sports pro sports, and now I've got to choose, and I get it for the person who loves the alma mater, who's all in. You're good. But you got to have more than that to really make it. Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you're asking someone to choose between pro sports, they're typically going to choose the better pro sport. Be careful. That's all I'm saying. When you make it pro sports, be careful, because if you make me choose between two pro sports, I'm going to pick the better one.
That eye is not even on the ball in any way, because we're such a micro society where I'm only worried about me and what I might get.
Yeah.
I don't care what the forest is. If it burns down, it doesn't really matter as long as my tree is saved.
I agree with you.
It's kind of where we are. So
that's a mistake, because when all the trees burn down, it takes a while to plant the new ones.
Yeah, we'll get there. Ross Dellenger, his story out from, I think, 13 hours ago, something like that. There's a story every freaking day, but the most recent one, 13 hours ago on the Twitter machine, the X machine, whatever you want to call it there, on social media land. Blue Sky's up and down I-55. They're out North Mississippi as well. The epicenter down in Macomb. Saw pictures of the new subway there. Head in, eat fresh, get a sandwich. If you're up here in Oxford, $5.69, two sides bread, 32-ounce drink, because why not just get the big one, because it's all the same price. For your lunch specials, Sweet Daddy locations throughout Mississippi. Tons of options there. Clean, convenient stores. Plenty of options. Again, Blue Sky locations, including here in Oxford. Again, coming to you from the Clark Ford Studio.
We are Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi. 662-257-1900 is the number. Call it. Ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours. It's right to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. You get your quote. The rest is up to you. You can shop that quote around. You can do what I've done, what I recommend that you do, and that's hop into a Clark Ford today. 662-257-1900 is the number. They want to be your car guy. They want to be your truck guy. You get great service, great vehicles. They'll build a long-term relationship with you. 662-257-1900. Guest join on the Campbell Clinic hotline. The Campbell Clinic's in Oxford now, 2608 South Lamar Boulevard, Suite 102, just across the street from the cottages at Hooper Hollow. The Campbell Clinic provides full-service orthopedic care, everything from sports medicine to foot and ankle surgery to spine and total joint care, pediatric orthopedics, physical therapy, and more. To book an appointment, go to campbellclinicoxford.com or call 901-759-3111. Walk-ins always welcome at the Campbell Clinic, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay, so let's start here. Class, get out your notebooks, which this in this moment is the SEC returns to ABC graphic that was going all over the internet yesterday. So if you would like to follow along, stop what you're doing, pull that up, have at it. I have several takes from the magazine style cover, the movie cover, whatever those things are called, poster. Sorry. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Number one, I do agree with the stream. The normal SEC on ABC logo, I like. It's clean. It's good. Got the little weird shape thing. Fine. I like the logo. The SEC on ABC will take some getting used to, but you'll be used to it in like a week and a half. It's going to be all right. We're all going to move on.
Yeah.
I get that we are so conditioned to the SEC on CBS and the 2:30, and that's been our thing for so long. I do get that. But I think we're going to be all right here. I think we're all going to persevere. We're going to make it through this trying time as we convert to ABC.
Fast.
We are very used to ABC and ESPN's game coverage, the way the thing moves. It's not like this is foreign territory. Frankly, not even – I mean, I'm being serious here. I'm not really being funny. Not even as much as if it were on Fox, because Fox does have a much different sort of production look. That would take a minute to kind of go, hey, this isn't the NFL. This isn't the Big 12. This is the SEC. You're very used to – having football games on the mouse channels, and that's all this is more of the mouse channels.
Yeah.
So it's all good. So it is a Marvel style cover here for this. SEC returns to ABC, presenting a new year SEC Spectacular special issue, now with 16 teams. In the bottom right corner, ready to show how it's done. Marvel, ESPN logos here on the tapestry of mascots.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, not to bury the lead, Ole Miss, the one without a fictional mascot.
It's just horrible. This is your punishment for years of neglect.
Because,
it is. I'm sorry.
Well, because and this is the reason this is the reason this is so striking is that
while we're talking about back pay, someone should sue Ross Bjork and them and get back pay. Go get back pay. That'll help settle your settlement. Because this is neglect. This is bad. No one can tell me it's not bad. It's awful. And in comparison to some of the others that are awesome, it makes it even more awful. No offense. I don't even think the most diehard Ole Miss fan would fight me on this.
Because it's one of those deals where, because I know some of you are throwing stuff at your screen right now and going, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
And it doesn't really matter.
Except it kind of does.
That's what I'm saying. With mascots, it doesn't matter 99.999% of the time until it does matter.
Yes.
Like, that's all it is. Because, look, Keith Carter would say this, who's sitting in the room right now, the lack of revenue stream coming from stuffed whatever the hell the thing is. I don't care. I mean, if I'm laying, all
right, let's do it this way.
Hold on. What?
No, I'm going to do it this way.
What are you doing?
The revenue stream thing. People go, what do you mean? If you're a little boy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
If you're a little boy, you're 4-year-old.
Okay.
4-year-old Anthony Chase Parham. And you're a Kentucky fan. Mommy and daddy are Kentucky fans, okay? Look at that Wildcat. You telling me you don't want to take that Wildcat home with you tonight?
Wildcat's good.
You're Texas. Mom and dad are Texas fans. You don't want that horn?
Bevo's going, or whatever the hell he's called. I don't know.
He's cuddled in tight.
I don't know what his name is.
Tight against your chest tonight when you go to bed.
Be careful putting Ugga too tight against your chest here. We'll get to that in a minute. But
Big Al.
Oh.
I mean, if you're a Florida.
The number of baby elements in Birmingham is off the charts. You know it. You know there are so many stuffed elephants in Birmingham.
The gator.
And not even just people who have big game hunting. Like, it's.
I mean, this is. It's. You probably wouldn't want to take that collie home.
Okay.
I mean, I got issues with
I'm gonna come back to Ole Miss, actually. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm gonna come back to Ole Miss. Can I do that?
Yeah.
We introduced it. I'm gonna come back.
I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good. Because I do. But no, seriously, revenue streams, all these different things. Yeah. Like, I mean, if you have to be at least part of your mind right now going, Hey, can we talk Lane into just licensing Juice's image and just start making? Can we pay you 12% of whatever that is right now and do that?
I mean, there's an obvious, if you're in the room, right?
Lab.
If you're in the room, there's an obvious, hey, let's be careful about making Juice the mascot because
Yeah, no. It can't be Juice.
What if?
It can't be Juice.
What if?
It can't be Juice. It can't be Juice. It can't be Juice.
But
it can be a lab.
As Lane has done with so many things at Ole Miss, he's just sort of subtly, without saying anything, said, well, this would work. Because this would work. Just make it a damn lab. You walk downstairs in my house every morning and greet Gus and Rizzo.
I pet them every day.
They're fine. Everybody likes
I pet
labs.
them every day.
I know no one who doesn't like Gus and Rizzo. Well, one person, but
Gus makes no effort to even be petted, and I still walk over and pet him.
Yeah, I mean,
he doesn't move a muscle.
We like labs. Frankly, if you met someone who said, you know what, I really don't like is Labrador Retrievers, you'd be like, whoa. If your daughter brought home a guy and he's like, I just don't like labs, you'd be like, hey, babe, there's something wrong with this guy.
Labs and golden retrievers can be your mascot any day of the week, and no one's ever going to.
Who hates a big, goofy golden retriever?
You laugh at him and you pet him and you move on with your day.
A vacuum cleaner hates him, and that's about it. They chase tennis balls. People take them bird hunting. They're very versatile. You can make them professional, or you can make them just
the laziest things on earth.
Big, lazy galoots. Everybody likes a lab. And you could cartoon a lab. Easy.
There is probably some apprehension from the administration because it's gone so badly to even undertake it in general, because it just doesn't matter to the huge. But I do think the revenue stream is actually relevant. I think it's enough money to be relevant.
It has,
and not to, like I say, growing your fan base. Don't give a little Jenny doesn't care about the game, but she gets the rebel, she gets the bear, she gets the dog, she gets the lab, and she takes it home, and suddenly it's the thing she takes to the park with her or whatever, and then suddenly you want another one and you want to go see it, and it just sort of builds.
Of course. People that are downing it listen, you're entitled to that opinion. I'm just going to tell you that even the people at Ole Miss will tell you that they think you're wrong. They think this is a void that should have been fixed a long time ago.
Y'all would just be accepting the bear had the bear just stayed and been promoted.
He'd be fine now.
We would not even be discussing it. They would just have a bear mascot.
They let some 80-year-old people talk him out of it.
Yeah.
Scare them out of it. Instead of going, oh, shut up. You're not, what are you going to do? Oh, we're going to quit coming to the games. No, what else are you going to do? Go to Walmart?
Yeah.
I mean, you live in small town Mississippi. What else the hell are you going to do on a Saturday in the fall? Okay, stop coming. Stop giving your money. You're going to die soon. I mean, it is what it is.
What year did they switch from bear to land shark?
I can't remember. They quit on the bear because people got upset.
Because it was after Colonel Reb.
And then they did the horrible land shark thing where it was just, you overdid it. And the shark, they failed. The shark thing was failure.
The bear was last seen in 2017. 2010 to 2017.
That's when the bear left?
That's what Wikipedia says. I don't know.
I'll trust him.
So it actually made it through the good days. But they started phasing.
Yeah, they got scared of him.
And never produced a ton of stuff and like stuff
no.
materials and things.
Yeah, no, never went all in, embraced it. And then I don't remember when the shark happened. Pre-COVID.
Yeah, because we had Michael on the show talking about how they wanted a really athletic mascot to do all these things. It's like, just create a stuffed shark. Take San Jose, the hockey team, and just take their shark.
Yes. And let it walk around.
And I mean, now, like I said, the bear's thriving in Lenore Ryan.
And he's doing well.
He's doing there. I saw him the other day. I Googled him.
I'm happy for him.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's got the same cow lick, the whole deal.
I'm happy for the bear. He didn't deserve that.
He jumped in the transfer portal.
Yeah, he did. Went down a level, but it all worked out.
The bear would have been fine. I contend. I remain. The bear would have been fine.
Yeah, on this graphic, a basically black grizzly bear would have been fine.
Yeah. So okay, sorry, getting off track, which is fine today because
because frankly, if we can kick
anything to make that go away for a minute,
anything to minimize nothing against Ross, he's great at what he does, but anything to minimize talking about that story because that story is like a book.
Okay, I do have a couple quick things though.
Yeah.
Guys, this is going into the second segment. So I'm going to take a break in a minute and come back and still talk about this. So just hang with us. It's May. You're enjoying this. Shut up. I have a couple things though, and you have a problem with the collie. I'll let you get to that in a second. First,
it's just kind of a collie. It's just
who the hell invited the Memphis Tiger? Why does Auburn have powder blue on?
Oh, that is Auburn.
What the hell is Auburn doing with powder blue?
I was literally about to ask you, hey, what? Because I see.
Because when I first saw it, I thought, oh, is the Wildcat weird and the Tiger? And then I went, no, there's the Wildcat. I know him. Auburn did that. You know,
Why is Missouri's Tiger naked?
Well, I was getting that too. I was with Malloy at the Cough thing a couple weeks ago, and Auburn was wearing powder blue polos on the course.
Well, they've copied everything else Ole Miss has done.
Why is their Tiger in a powder blue jersey?
I mean, I covered Auburn for 6 seasons as a beat writer.
Did you see a lot of powder blue?
And then another basically 4
Did you see a lot of powder blue?
I never saw powder blue. I saw navy blue, orange.
White.
Orange was their breakout. Like, hey, let's be something different today.
Sure.
Cool. They'd have an orange out. And it was very orange.
Sure.
And they would the all whites on the road. But I never saw anything powder blue, ever. Not one day.
So why are they wearing powder blue in the logo?
Ole Miss wears it.
Freeze brought it with him and took over the entire university to wear there. The mascot has powder blue on in the SEC on ABC logo.
I don't know what to tell you.
Also, why does his say 01 and not 1? Everybody else just says 1.
It's a great question.
He also appears to be wearing a headband. Why is that Auburn?
Well, they're weird as hell.
Grind, are you here? Why is this Auburn? Yes, why is the Mizzou mascot naked? Why does he not have the black?
Because LSU's wearing a jersey.
Yes. Everybody else has a jersey on, or at least whatever it is they wear.
Except for the collie.
They did it. Okay, your problem with the collie is that they didn't cartoon the collie. They just literally cut the collie out and stuck him in midair above the Commodore.
A little bit.
What is it that's bugging you about the collie?
I don't know. Just nothing's bugging me about it. It's just, I don't know. Everybody else looks kind of fierce, and the collie looks like it's just coming along on a family trip to save little Danny.
Grind says that Auburn just signed with Nike, so that could have something to do with it. So they're going to debut some powder blue coming now?
Oh, I think that's coming.
But why? It's not one of your colors.
I don't know.
I mean,
dude, they do weird stuff over there. I don't know what to tell you.
It would be like LSU just going, and tomorrow we're wearing green. Like, everybody would go, but why?
Well, they won't, because they're secure in their own identity. The LSU Tiger looks great. It's got the traditional white jersey on. Looks the part.
He's fine.
He looks good.
He's good.
He looks good. He's not fine. He looks good. He's a damn good Tiger.
He looks like what he's supposed to look like.
Of course.
Mike the Tiger is one of my 3 favorite mascots in college football.
100%. I don't understand why the Missouri Tiger couldn't wear a jersey. He can't put on a black jersey. The rest of him looks good. What's his name? Truman?
Truman. Because he usually has a hat on too, a lot of times. No hat.
You wonder why he's naked.
Also, it looks like Texas and Oklahoma got designed by the same company. They look different than everyone else on like the way they're sort of framed and cut out.
But again, they both look great. Both look great.
Yeah, just for anybody that's not aware of them coming into the league, Oklahoma has 2 horse mascots. They're named Boomer and Sooner. That is their.
But they sell them in the bookstore.
And that was real complicated. I mean, it took some high-level thinking to go, hey, we've got that schooner thing. Horses pull it. So horses, Boomer, Sooner. Done.
Go. Done.
10 minutes. Meeting over. Hey, get the graphics people in here. Let's draw this thing up.
Let's go play golf.
Yeah. Good day.
Everything's solved. Ole Miss could never have one of those days.
The pork chop looking Razorback thing looks good.
He's great.
He's great.
I've told you this story. The risk of pissing people off. Whenever we've gone up there and gone to the bookstore to do something, whatever it's the case may be, they have, I can't remember their names. Big Red, I think, is the main one.
I don't know.
And then they have the girl one has a name. And they've got both of them on the shelves. What do you think it costs to produce a plush Razorback?
Not much.
Couple bucks. They sell those bad boys for like $39.95. It's a whole profit margin you got going there. And they fly off the shelves because you get little boys and little girls want them.
Yeah, I'm not. Hayden says baseball wore powder blue back in the Bo Jackson days. Every baseball team wore powder blue in the 80s. That doesn't count. You don't claim it because you wore powder blue back then.
No.
Everybody wore powder blue back then.
Yep.
No. That does not give you the right to make it your new primary color in all sports. Not a good reason. Yes, Penn State has the worst mascot in the world. Every 1A high school football team has a better mascot than Penn State.
Suey is the girl, Cindy says.
Okay.
Cindy's based in Conway. She has connections to both schools, Ole Miss and Arkansas.
Yes, Tennessee wears powder blue for their women. It works. It's
fine.
but
they've done it for a long time.
That's what I mean. It's fine.
They've established that.
Yeah,
the Lady Balls
good.
always wore powder blue.
Yeah.
So when you see that, you're like, oh, there's Tennessee's girls.
Yeah. They have a different logo. It has powder blue in it. It's cool.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, I know you're on my side. I'm just worked up.
I'm with you.
I'm talking.
Suey is the girl, and then I think the little one, the wears jersey number 1/2 is Pork Chop. I think
he wears 1/2.
1/2.
It's cute.
It's mascots. Florida does that. They have Al. They have Big Al.
Yeah.
They have Allie, and then they have the baby gator.
Yeah.
It works.
All right.
You don't have to love Arkansas or love Florida to go, oh, that works. That's smart. You're entertaining little people at that deal. You're connecting. It's not, people go, it's not for the adults. Oh, cool.
Well, it is on this one. You're branding and you screwed it up.
Yeah. And so, I know we're going to take it, but at some point we have to address whatever this is from Ole Miss.
Yeah, I'm coming back. I'm going
Okay.
to come back to it in a second. Before we do that, Prime Shrimp, primeshrimp.com. A lot of different flavors for you. Soy, ginger, New Orleans style barbecue, signature, Louisiana shrimp bowl, a little spicy option there as we get into the summer months coming up. New Orleans-based company, restaurant quality shrimp. And we're going to cut you a little deal, too. They're going to deliver directly to your door. Fewer than 10 minutes, freezer to plate, 25% off. You buy 5 pouches or more. Use code RG. That's it. Code RG, 5 pouches or more. Get your favorites. Get a little bit of everything. 25% off. primeshrimp.com.
It's Sue-E, not Suey, but Sue-E is what we're being corrected by Alan in the thread. I'll take his word for it. I can't keep it all straight. Are you retiring soon? How long should you take Social Security? What accounts should you pull from first? Are you already retired? Should you consider Roth conversions? These are just some of the questions that can only be answered with the personalized retirement income plan. Andrew Seago Wealth Management specializes in helping folks just like you come up with their retirement game plan. Whether you meet at his office in Collierville or prefer Zoom from anywhere, schedule a free discovery meeting and see what they can do for you. It's rebelsretire.com. Mark your calendars for the start of fall sports registration with the Oxford Park Commission. On Monday, June 3rd, they'll start signups for youth flag football, baseball, softball, volleyball, and soccer. Your children will be able to play all sports thanks to their new format that will allow all their sports to play concurrently, with various sports playing on different nights of the week. So create an OPC website account at oxfordparkcommission.com or contact OPC Community Relations Director John Davis at oxfordparkcommission.com for additional information. We're brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating, different names, same great people, products, and services. If you live in Oxford, Tupelo, or the surrounding area, call Comer at 662-801-1777. If you live in Hernando, Memphis, or the surrounding area, call Southern, 662-429-4429. Today's the last day to sign up for the Grove Collective Lane Kiffin signed autographed football. Yes, signed and autograph is redundant, but signed by Lane Kiffin. You got to go into the Oxford location of the College Corner, right off of Sisk Avenue in the Oxford Commons. Buy something, leave a tip. The tip goes towards the Grove Collective and gets you registered for the football. You can also shop for the best selection of Rebel gear at their 2 locations in Jackson area and also online at collegecornerstore.com. And we're brought to you by Pinnacle. So I keep doing that. Call Argent Wealth's, not Pinnacle's, formerly Pinnacle. Call Argent Wealth's 401k advisory services team today. They'll conduct a complimentary no-obligation benchmarking and analysis of your current 401k plan. Mention that you heard about Argent Wealth on the podcast. you'll get 10% off your first year's fees.
Our next partner is Athletic Greens. Sorry about that. I take AG1 and buy Athletic Greens literally every day. Gave it a try because I just want a little sustained energy, want a little better immune system, and don't always get all the minerals, vitamins, things, nutrition that I need every single day. Take AG1 right after working out every morning. It's a great way to get the day going, kind of recover a little bit, and move on with the rest of the day from there. It's a comprehensive health and the power of habit all in one. It empowers the gut for whole body health. It's much more than a greens powder. It's all of your key health products right there in one as well. It covers your nutritional basis, gives you what you need every single day, and it's pretty cheap too. Less than $3 a day. Pretty good if you ask me. It's a great, effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. It's a win-win all the way around. So if a comprehensive solution is what you need for your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/MPW. That's athleticgreens.com/MPW. Check it out. I mean, we could have moved to the Land Shark immediately after Colonel Reb, because I see here on the Rebel Black Bears Wikipedia page that the Land Shark was one of the finalists, or at least semifinal. I don't know, one of the suggestions when it was reduced to 11 candidates to replace Colonel Reb. Hottie and Toddy, which were just these two figure things.
Awful.
Kind of Philly fanatic looking things.
Awful.
You remember those?
I do.
You remember Hottie and Toddy?
I remember hearing about this, yes.
A black bear, a blues musician.
No.
A cardinal.
No.
Well, the Cardinal Club.
I know. It's a long.
You don't want to.
No.
Why are you against the Cardinal? You think a cardinal wouldn't fit in on the thing on the page?
I guess it'd be fine.
Is there already a bird?
Cocky, the gamecock.
It's a chicken.
That's true.
It doesn't count.
Like a bird.
It's a rooster.
You'd have your own bird. That's true.
There's no bird.
Okay, you're right. I stand corrected.
Cardinal's fine.
Okay, Cardinal.
Would we have gotten? Would the populace have gotten behind Cardinal?
Probably so.
Or at that point, because it wasn't Colonel Reb, it didn't damn matter.
At that point, everyone was so worried they were dumping Rebels that they were concerned that they were becoming the Cardinals.
That's true, which is why they named the Black Bear Rebel.
Which was a sign that they weren't doing that.
Well, you still have people saying they're about to drop Ole Miss, even though they spend tens of millions of dollars branding Ole Miss every single day. I mean, it's everywhere. Nice. It's like the script M has going, well, they're moving to the script things are getting rid of Ole Miss. It's like the M is from the Ole Miss script. They took it out. It's in the Ole Miss script. And
yep.
The block M is the one that looks like it's Mississippi spelled out. Just saying.
Yeah. Or Michigan or Maryland.
I frustrate old-timey baseball fans when I want to get rid of the block M, but I stay committed to that. A fanatic, whatever that was, I don't remember.
I don't know.
A horse. I mean, sure.
Sure.
A land shark. A lion.
I always kind of thought the lion was a good one.
You like the lion?
Sure. Why not?
What's that got to do with Mississippi?
Who cares? Are there lions in Detroit?
Elephants in Alabama?
I mean, are there?
No. There's a new millionaire, though, Jared Goff, with 172 guaranteed on his new contract, by the way. A riverboat pilot and a Titan. How did Titan get through the process?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Where's the most obvious one? I've done this too many times. It's not worth it.
Dog and catfish.
A catfish.
A catfish.
So easy.
It's a bottom feeder, though. It eats scum off the river floor.
Well, you play Mississippi State, so see that. There you go. You make it work right there. There, it fixed it.
There, it fixed it.
You compete against Hugh Freeze all the time. There you go.
I can't wait. I do wear that Disco Turkey shirt, so Sammy, thank you. I can't wait for Auburn to wear powder blue and playing Ole Miss the next time. It's going to be fantastic.
That'll be fantastic.
Auburn's going to be in powder blue the next time they play Ole Miss. I'm going to,
yeah.
What are we doing? And thank you. It's professional wrestling at this point, so thank you. It's fine.
Kiffin's Twitter. I can't even imagine.
The Gamecock, I know he won the Capital One thing a few years ago. He's the most underrated SEC mascot. He's a fantastic mascot, and South Carolina is just like out of sight, out of mind for us.
Yeah, he's great.
He works in every way.
If you were a little boy, a little girl, you'd want to take the Gamecock home.
Is it cocky?
Yeah, same.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And they make the Commodore even is not creepy. He's fine.
No, he's fine.
He is a Commodore.
Very traditional.
And they haven't tried to change him or move him or do anything. Vanderbilt goes.
Of all the things they've done poorly, that's not it. Exactly.
When they renovate the stadium, they're still going to play the air horn when they score touchdowns.
Sure, they should.
Should they?
Yeah, why not? It's professional wrestling. That's what they've done. It's fine.
I hate that horn.
I know, but the horn's fine. They don't score but like twice a year. It's okay.
It's not like you're going to get tired of it.
No, it's not like they're doing it in baseball. Every time they get a hit.
They should.
That'd be great. In fact, I'd sign up for that.
The Wildcat looks a little creepy, honestly. They have a hard time figuring out what the Wildcat's supposed to look like because it's just a Wildcat.
Yeah, it's okay, though.
It's okay.
It's fine.
He looks...
He's next to Ole Miss, so he looks good. Sorry. What is Ole Miss? Is that Archie Manning? I mean, what are they doing?
It looks really... It doesn't look like Archie.
Did someone at Ole Miss have to sign off on this? Because I would have had questions.
Because they kind of blacked out his eyes where you can't make it into any specific player.
Oh, they have. It's true.
Yeah. It's just figure. But yes, has Archie's number on it.
Yeah.
I mean, they made a call and goes, hey, what do we do? And like, I don't know, just put a football player on it.
Keith hates you right now.
No, he probably agrees with me. There's nothing he can do. I mean...
They probably did call everybody and go, hey, what do you want us to do?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think ABC went, you know what? We got this. We'll just...
What happened when they called Georgia? Did someone go, just so you know, Uga is incredibly endowed. Just FYI.
Yeah, I have one take. By the way, got a hammer. Like, I mean,
you should see it. It's the damnedest thing. Puts every other pocket rocket to absolute shame.
That was intentional, right?
Let's hope.
Because otherwise,
someone should be fired for not seeing it. Because all you have to do is move the foot down a little and you're...
Anywhere. There's any space.
Anywhere.
Any space.
Yeah.
There is room between the Wildcat's head.
Oh, yeah.
Or put it behind his head.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be seen. You can't see all of the elephant behind the Razorback.
No, that was intentional. Somebody thought that was funny.
They're also... Are they in any kind of, order?
Don't appear to be.
Yeah, they're in... no. Yeah, they're kind of in alphabetical order. Down, up, down, up, down.
Oh, yeah.
Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, Florida,
go.
Georgia, Kentucky State, LSU. It's not perfect, but it's ish.
Wouldn't LSU be in front of Mississippi State?
Yes, if it was perfect, but
okay.
Ole Miss, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, A&M, Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Even in that, Vanderbilt's just at the bottom and at the end.
Yeah.
There you are. It's okay. Overall, graphics good.
Oh, it's good.
Pub's been good.
Sure.
We just spent 46 minutes talking about it. It's excellent.
If the point was to generate discussion, they did it. And to prove to you that it's the middle of May, they did that too.
It's just the longer you look at it, the worse it gets. Yeah, but nobody's looking at it. Nobody's staring at this thing. You're just seeing it and kind of checking it out. I mean, if the guy from the Butte goes, what's Ole Miss's mascot? Like, if he has one take, that's the take. This is why we're talking about it. I thought we were getting game times, early. What happened to that? Wasn't that a thing one time where we're getting all the 11s early?
I don't know. We had a poster post to LSU game time, and he's probably right. And if he is, God almighty.
8:15?
8:30, which means 8:45, which is too late to start a college football game. It is.
Yeah, but it's Death Valley at night.
It's even worse. Which means, where was the guy that goes, hey, this is not a great idea for the public transportation. This is not a great idea. Someone's going to get hurt.
You do realize this is one of the top 5 games of the year, right? Okay.
So people are going to be drinking all day long. Now they're going to be tired, emotional.
Oh.
And now you're going to empty them all out, 100-something thousand people.
At one time.
At one time.
At midnight.
In Baton Rouge. What could possibly go wrong? On I-10, I-12.
Play the game at 6:45.
Of course.
Put a 6:30 start time on it and move it back to 6:45 because that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, I get everyone's night games. That's fine, sure. They played the game last year at 5 o'clock in Oxford. It was perfect. It was perfect. Play it at 6. But 8:45 to kick off a college football game? This is stupid. I get everything's about TV, and you can't bitch because TV pays the bills, but that's a disservice.
If it's true, again.
If it's true, it's a disservice to public safety. You are creating problems.
Not much to hit on from last night. Southern Miss 7, Ole Miss 4, and the final midweek game of the season. For Ole Miss, it's pretty much an industry opinion at this point that if they win 2 in Baton Rouge, they're fine no matter what else they do. In Hoover or last night, probably lost a couple RPI points, but again, you can make of that whatever you will. But they had a 4-0 lead. Had a 4-0 lead in the third inning, I believe, if I have that right. And then Southern Miss came back, tied it at 4, went up 5-4, and then went up 7-4 to claim that one. Ole Miss was as needed to and they were trying to be careful. You could not blow a bunch of pitching last night against Southern Miss in a midweek game that might not mean anything at all. So they were cautious and smart there. I mean, you look at it, they pitched Saunier, Dennis, Tolbert, Rodriguez, and Gale. I mean, nothing. They nothing. Not no offense to them. Gale is the one that just it makes you wonder, could you find some development? Because he does. He's got this 92-mile-an-hour off-speed stuff. He was throwing 98, 99 last night. He's had some command issue. He's threw fewer than 10 innings all season, but the stuff can be just off the charts, and it's kind of fascinating to see what sort of happens with him moving forward. But again, 7-4 last night. Andrew Fisher hit his 20th home run of the season last night. He's now 4 away from the school record Tim Elko's set with 24 in 2022 there a couple years ago in the national title season. So Fisher trying to run him down. And then Jackson Ross, I know he walked at least once last night. Let me check that real quick, see if that was the only one. Yeah, 1 walk last night. So now he is at 53 for the season. That is 4th all-time in school history. Oh. He is 7 away from the record, which is Thomas Dillard in 2019, walking 61 times. So it would take some postseason movement here, but it's worth monitoring at this point.
Got a shot.
And again, Fisher now 4 away. He is 1 behind Brian Petway, 21 from 2005. He is 1 behind Jason Heisman from 1998 with 21, and then Tim Elko with 24. He was previously tied with Kip Alderman from last season at 19 prior to hitting that one in the first inning last night. And then Jackson Ross needing to pass Bernie Hutchinson, or now he is tied with Bernie Hutchinson for 4th all-time. He has to pass Jordan Henry from 2009, Pat Ball from 1977, and then Dillard as well. Message boards are all worked up on Ozzie Pratt saying he hates Oxford last night in his post game. Brother of Cooper Pratt, who was committed, seems like a really good dude. I like Cooper. Committed to Ole Miss, ended up signing with the Milwaukee Brewers. Just shut up! Don't say things like it. Southern's had that problem after every one of these midweeks all year. They keep opening their. I mean, they've won the games. Congratulations, but shut up. That's all. Like, you're just enhancing the stereotype that you have a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah,
that's the problem. The Southern Miss going, it's our Super Bowl. It's their Super Bowl. No, it's not Mississippi State Super Bowl.
Nope.
It is not.
Nope. It's just a game.
Lamonis looked over and we have Arkansas this week. Okay. Okay. That's all. Now, at the same time, I'm not going to burn him at the stake. It's cool, whatever.
He's a kid.
I'm cool.
He's fine.
Yes.
Whatever.
There's a lot going on in the world. Let's not let that bother us today, okay?
Come on.
That's all I'm saying. something can be dumb and should also not alter your day in even 0.1%.
He was an adrenalized young kid.
It's okay.
I'll forgive him. It's fine.
His dad was probably like, "Oh, don't do that," but it's okay.
And in the event that he truly hates it, he's entitled to that.
Oh, sure.
I mean, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's allowed.
He is allowed, yes.
Yes.
You can have whatever emotion you would like to. You can have whatever emotion you would like there at that point. Sorry, I got a little distracted by something. Real quick, but 7:00 Thursday night, 6:00 Friday night, and then 1:00 Saturday afternoon for the Rebels and the Tigers. Remember LSU? I mean, it's an interesting thing. I did a podcast hit with the LSU rival site this morning. It's actually already up. I retweeted it, so if you want to go to my Twitter to find and see what I said, it is there. Interesting from a psyche standpoint with LSU needing all three, that the pressure they have in whatever game Holman throws and just in general early in this series is kind of off the charts, because you wonder if Ole Miss gets if Ole Miss could find a way to get that first one, does LSU sort of flip into a mode of mentally not being as whatever, because it's just kind of a impossible road at that point. That first game feels really big because LSU wins and suddenly Ole Miss can't lose another one.
Are they going Holman on Thursday?
They've been doing Friday for Holman. If it's not wearing him out physically, I throw him on Thursday, because if you don't get the first one, it's over and Holman hadn't even pitched. Now you get the first one without Holman, and all of a sudden you're cooking.
Sure.
Because if Holman is throwing on Friday, Ole Miss has to win Thursday night.
Yes, 100%.
You have to go win the baseball game.
100%.
Saying you're going to beat him on Friday and then go win on Saturday is going to be an order.
And if you're LSU and you don't throw him on Thursday and you lose, Friday's kind of meaningless. And if you're him, at that point, you're like, well, why am I doing this?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's this thing called the draft coming up pretty soon. And I'm good.
Yeah, I'm going to be okay in the draft when said draft comes.
As long as he's healthy.
Yeah. So do you move him back or not? What do you do?
I mean, all right, I'm different. My concern would be with the kid. If at this point, if you're LSU, you just won a national title. You're not winning one this year.
All you got to do is get hot. I'm kidding.
Yeah. I ask him what he wants to do. If he wants to stick on Friday, I'll let him. Because at some point, if I'm LSU, I got to win all these games, right? Realistically, LSU has to win them all.
Realistically, they have to win them all.
Then I want him pitching when he feels best, because I got to figure out the way to win the other ones anyway. Ole Miss is psychological. LSU is we have to win all these games. So
the last time they had a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series, he actually threw on Thursday.
Okay.
I take that back.
Okay. Then he'll probably pitch Thursday.
Vanderbilt on April the 4th was the last time they had a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. Earlier in the year, they held him because he didn't go against Hagen Smith. Right? He was the one that held, not Hagen?
Yeah.
Which way?
They held Holman.
Okay. Yeah.
To give him a better chance of winning another game.
Okay. So the last time they had a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, he did throw on Thursday night.
Yes.
So then for Ole Miss, they get kind of a free shot on Thursday. Now, you got a ton of pressure if you lose. Don't get me wrong. You got to win 2 in a row.
Sure.
But if you walked off the field on Thursday night having beat Holman, I mean, all of a sudden you're going, hey.
Oh. Cook him with
hand Leal on the ball tomorrow and see what happens.
Cook him with gas at that point. Sure.
Yeah, the pressure's on LSU Thursday.
Pressure's on LSU the whole time. Just that Ole Miss might join them in the pressure cooker.
Yes, Luke Hill has really hit the ball well in SEC play. I know defense has been a struggle, but offensively, he's been above what you guys would have hoped for when he came in. 8-game hitting streak, had a couple hits last night. He's been good. So, it's an interesting series. First time in Baton Rouge since Ole Miss has a title. I'm wondering if kind of some of the Mike LSU angst crap goes away this week and they just play baseball finally.
Probably.
It's always kind of crap down there, and I feel like this time...
You think it impacts him?
I think it impacts everything. It's just weird. That series, I mean, forever, because Ole Miss hadn't won down there. I mean, before 2019, they'd lost every series down there since 1982. But they won 5 of the last 6. They took 5-3 in 19, swept in 22.
But his son was playing down there. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, the last
Now
time Ole
it's
Miss
kinda
had a
normal.
game down there was the day that he did senior day in the Ole Miss uniform and got all emotional, and
Sure.
as he should have. It wasn't
Sure,
a negative.
of course.
And all that stuff happened. And you didn't know at the time that that was pretty damn important because it got them back to, at that point, 13-14 in the SEC. They took 1 of 3 from A&M the next weekend and
Lost to Vanderbilt.
lost to Vanderbilt.
In Hoover.
Carter Holson wore them out on that Tuesday night. And even the players that night thought it was over.
Yeah.
That was a rejected too, but a dejected.
It was the dejected team that is expected to be rejected.
Yeah, because we did interviews on the field after that game that night, and nobody wanted to talk. It was listless. And then you sit there from Tuesday to Sunday, and you're just watching bubble team fall off and fall off and fall off and fall off and fall off,
And then the great Ole Miss hero, John Cohen, saved the day. He should have been invited to speak at commencement.
John Cohen
I mean, would have made more sense.
had more impact.
He's
yes.
done more for the school.
Well, I mean, that day, it was after Ole Miss had knocked off Arkansas. It was the day of so if you guys remember, I'm moving on, I promise, but again, we're filibustering at this point.
Effectively,
yes,
I might add.
Yeah, not even like reading the phone book like they would have done back in Congress in the day.
So the day that they beat Arkansas to advance to the final.
Day, they have the press conference day. You know, they have the 2 finalists have the press conference day with the trophy in the middle and all that stuff. Yeah. And I don't remember what I was.
Because Oklahoma had gotten there early.
Yeah, they'd already beaten A&M. Yeah. So it was the off day before the championship games the next day. So they have the press conference or whatever, and I'm hanging around to John Cohen saved the day because he was the SEC representative and he pushed incredibly hard to get Ole Miss instead of NC State into the NCAA tournament, to the point that people in the room have said that no way Ole Miss gets in without John Cohen.
No, it was going to be NC State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Cohen politicked. And Cohen has defended it and said, I was there to defend the SEC, and I would have defended Alabama or Kentucky or any damn body else. And he would have.
He would have.
Yeah, no.
I believe him.
I actually like John.
He's fine.
So they're doing the trophy thing. They get done, and I don't remember what I was waiting around to ask Mike, but I was just kind of lingering around the podium to ask Mike something. I think it was about Elliott starting and something along those lines. Because he had announced in the press conference he was going to hold Hunter for game 2, throw Doherty, and then hope for the best with Elliott and DeLucia in games 2 and 3 if necessary.
Yeah.
And Cohen walked in, and he was kind of standing there or whatever, and I spoke to a couple other people, spoke to Kendall or whatever. And he walked up to Mike, and they shook hands, and they got really, really, really close. And I did not hear it. I couldn't tell, but apparently John said something like, hey, don't fuck it up. Like, don't F it up was his words there. Basically like, hey, we gave you this opportunity. Now go finally take it. Because it was like a little laugh and whatever, and they moved on. But I think it's
legit.
I think it's factual. Yeah.
I mean, not to relitigate that, but had Ole Miss not gotten in, they had no real argument.
No,
I mean, you could have bitched and moaned, but at the same time, been like, "Well, you didn't do it."
You know, I told a buddy last night. In hindsight, when you're not in the thick of that season where there was so much angst on the lack of winning in the postseason, I'm not sure every Ole Miss fan even remembers exactly what they felt like during that, because they have the title now.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the angst was simply on postseason. I mean, the team was good every year. You didn't have this problem they have now, to the point that I think when you look back at 2022, yes, they were very fortunate to get in, and Mike's very fortunate to have his job. That's not the debate.
Sure.
It's also true they just had a bad month. That was a good baseball team.
Yes.
They were number 1 in the country in March.
It's why the comparison.
And Tennessee beat the hell out of everyone. I'm not counting that weekend.
Everyone.
So they just had they had a bad 3 weeks.
The truth is Tennessee was the best team in the country, and they had a bad weekend.
Because one of those weeks was 2 out of 3 in Arkansas, where they just got beat in Fayetteville. join the damn club.
And those games were super close.
That's what I meant.
Correctly.
Like,
yeah.
So anyway, okay.
It's the correlation from last year to that
it doesn't
from 2 years
exist.
ago to that. It's not there.
It doesn't exist. All right, podcast brought to you in part by G&M Pharmacy. That's in Oxford, South Lamar, 662-236-2222. Also with Tyson Drugs in Holly Springs. So either location, they make it easy to transfer your medications. Just make a phone call. They take care of the rest. Otherwise, they offer MedSync. Free prescriptions the same day each month. Take care of you. One trip to the pharmacy, one delivery. You have everything you need when you need it with G&M. So let them be the community pharmacy of choice for you. Again, in Oxford, that is 662-236-2222.
We're brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. Get in touch with John if you're like me and you're kind of trying to plan a trip down the road that you want to be special, that creates a lifetime of memories. Give him some parameters. Give him a budget. That's important. And he'll do the rest. He'll give you some options that you're probably not going to find on your own. 901-494-3387 or J. Edwards at regencytravel.net. Opa is Oxford's newest Greek restaurant on the square. It's a perfect place to host your company dinner, festive party event. Fabulous food, great craft libations. Opa can accommodate up to 200 guests. For catering or booking information, contact Jeannie, 601-421-7147. We're brought to you by Service Specialist Staffing and Recruiting Agency. It's always free for the candidate. If your company is looking to hire quality, hard-to-find talent, they can help, and you won't pay unless you hire a candidate that they send. So you've got nothing to lose. Give Will, Sydney, or Kelsey a call, 601-573-9242, or check out their website, servicespecialistltd.com. Get the beautiful, healthy smile that you deserve at Corinth Dental. Dr. Bubba McQueen, Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile using conservative, state-of-the-art procedures that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile from routine checkups to advanced treatment, including implants and Invisalign. Corinth Dental is here to help you achieve your smile goals. So schedule your appointment today and take the first step toward a better version of yourself at corinthdental.com. Are you a displaced corporate executive wanting to put your career in your own hands? Are you an experienced entrepreneur looking to diversify? Either way, Andy Ludicky can help. He owns multiple franchises and businesses, uses his expertise to help others find their American dream through a very thorough and free consultation process. So call Andy, put your life and your career in your own hands. It's 100% free. You've got nothing to lose. It's myperfectfranchise.net. Andy at myperfectfranchise.net or 404-973-9901.
Style Assembly is a women's boutique on the square offering clothes, shoes, purses, jewelry, art, and more. No matter the occasion, they carry a huge selection of gutter sunglasses for men and women. Give you most of their products at their online store. You can now shop from anywhere. That's shopstyleassembly.com. Exclusive discount, RG15 on the website between now until May 31st. 15% off your online purchase. Also, Style Assembly is a corporate sponsor of the Grove Collective and a founding member of the Grove Collective Business Coalition. When you shop, you're helping support Ole Miss athletics. You can do that online again. Shop styleassembly.com or by the store, 203 North Lamar, next to Blind Pig. As for Kate, the owner, she'll personally help you out. So, did not see that. Netflix has acquired both Christmas Day NFL games exclusively for this season and at least one in each of 25 and 26.
Christmas is on a Wednesday this year?
I believe that's correct. It was middle of the week. I don't know.
I'll find out. I'm not sure.
Hey, Siri, what day is Christmas in 2024?
Wednesday.
I'm curious. I mean, if anything's going to make it work, it's the NFL.
Oh, everything they touch works. Wednesday on Netflix. If that works, then boy, you just.
Speaking of, I was going to save this to the end when I needed filler. You want to play a game?
Sure. I love games.
Anything that's not the other.
Do I have to share the revenues that I win?
I mean, we still can do that with Jeffrey tomorrow. I mean, it's not going anywhere.
No, it's true. It's not like they're settling today.
10 most watched sporting events in the world. What are they?
Ever? In general.
You don't need a specific one. Just type of like.
World Cup final.
The World Cup in general, number one.
Okay.
Yes. Most watched event in the world.
Super Bowl.
That is number 8.
No shit.
Yeah, Super Bowl is number 8.
Champions League final?
It's number 7.
Okay.
Yes, Champions League final is number 7. That is correct.
Boy, you're freaking me out with the Super Bowl at 8.
Number 8. It's the world, Neal.
Okay.
There's 2 really obvious ones that you might not think about off the top of your head.
Wimbledon?
That's a good one that I didn't think you would get. That's number 9. Yes,
Okay.
number 9, Wimbledon.
Okay.
Don't look at your screen.
I'm not.
They're putting answers in the screen.
I intentionally put our admin up, so I can't do it.
Yep.
Because otherwise, that's no fun. The Masters?
Nope. No golf.
No golf.
No golf.
Okay.
Again, think broad.
I am. I'm trying to go broad. Wow.
There's only one more that is exclusively American. I'll give you a hint.
Not the World Series.
Nope.
Okay.
But close.
Not the World Series, but close.
Mm-hmm.
The Olympics. Olympic baseball?
There are 2 Olympics.
Oh, the Winter Olympics.
And the Summer Olympics. Yes. Those are number 4 and number 5. Summer Olympics and Winter Olympics are number 4 and number 5. Those are not exclusively American, though, so that's not what I was asking you.
Okay.
Sorry, those are number 5 and number 6.
Okay.
You are missing number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 10.
Wow.
You're going to hate yourself on 3 of the 4.
I can already
One's hard.
Yeah.
What's a really big sport around the world we don't play?
Hockey.
No.
Soccer.
We don't play at all.
Lacrosse? No. I don't know. Cricket.
There you go. Number 2, the Cricket World Cup.
Are you serious?
No, sorry, number 3, the Cricket World Cup. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Cricket World Cup.
I'll take your word for it.
2, 3, and 10. You're still missing the one that's an American sport.
But it's not the Super Bowl.
No, it's number 8.
The Rustin Neville game? I mean, I don't know. Help me.
You ready? You ready for the answers?
I mean, the NBA Finals?
That is correct. Number 10.
No shit.
The NBA Finals.
Okay. I'm just kind of shocked because the Super Bowl was so low.
Number 2 and number 4.
The World Rugby Championship?
No, but these 2 things have a lot of days.
A lot.
So the accumulative viewership. I actually have not seen anyone. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 2 people have guessed number 2, but not many.
Okay.
We were pretty locked into this as a country for a little while. Not so much anymore. Number 2.
I don't know.
Number 4, the Women's World Cup.
Okay.
Soccer.
Okay.
Number 2, the Tour de France.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Tour de France, number 2. 1 to 10, Men's World Cup. Number 2, Tour de France. Cricket World Cup, Women's World Cup, Summer Olympics, Winter Olympics, Champions League Final, Super Bowl, Wimbledon, NBA Finals.
Okay.
That's your look. Yeah, no F1.
Yeah, I was trying to decide whether I was going to say that.
And yes, no Libby Dunn, Jim Mead.
Although, I would forgive if that made it.
There are dumber things.
Paul Skeens is living right. In many ways, he's the modern day Justin Verlander.
I was literally going there.
Yeah. He's going to have a 20-year career.
I saw she made another SI cover.
She did.
Saw that.
It was.
That's where I was stopping.
It was astounding.
I happened upon it yesterday.
She's very talented.
I'm going to get to the revenue sharing in a minute. I'm really just killing a segment right now. How the hell is Doug Gottlieb going to coach UW Green Bay and do a 3-hour national radio show every day?
I don't know.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, if he does it well, then we'll know that all these coaches who are like, I just work around the clock. But
you're full of crap.
Maybe you don't have to. Maybe you shouldn't.
No, seriously. I mean, for anybody who's been on a rock, which it wouldn't take much. I mean, you miss this. Doug Gottlieb longtime NBA guy, was point guard in Oklahoma State back in the day. Been around basketball forever.
No matter what you think of him, I've met Doug a couple times. He's very bright.
His only coaching experience, though, was like the Italian national team, Israeli national team? Like he's done some
Israeli, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has never coached college basketball before.
No, but he's been around a ton of it.
He's going to coach UW Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still going to do his ESPN 3-hour afternoon radio show. Afternoon.
Yeah. I guess they'll practice in the mornings. What does he do on game days when he's traveling and stuff? I guess they'll have someone fill in.
And you just avoid your team because it's national. You're not worried. I mean,
no, but
Green Bay's never.
Not unless they're in the tournament.
If you're an AD, that was just the best you could do, and you'll take the hit.
You're the AD at Wisconsin and Green Bay. What's the worst that could happen? It doesn't work, and no one notices you? No one notices you now. Maybe this puts you on the map a little bit. What if he's good? I mean, to coach a basketball team, do you really have to grind 18 hours a day? Really? Especially if you hire a staff, a couple people that know how to kind of work the portal and manage the day-to-day.
No.
All I said about Livy Dunn is she's very talented. She's a very talented gymnast.
She is.
They won a championship, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah. She was part of the championship team.
Gottlieb, 48 years old.
You guys are the ones with your heads in the gutter.
We said nothing.
I said nothing. I said that the photos were astounding. Meaning they're very, very
The only comparison they
photos.
could come up with was former Vermont coach Tom Brennan co-hosted a morning show in Vermont.
Yeah.
When he was a coach.
That guy's a character. We had him on our show in Mobile.
Did you really?
He was great.
Why?
He has some connections to Mobile.
Really?
I can't remember what exactly
But he was
they
good?
were. Yeah, he was very good. Yeah, go figure. Basketball coach who does a radio show. Good.
I see Redick is now a Lakers possibility too. What are we doing?
Why not?
Oh, I'm not arguing. I don't think this is going to be some pro LeBron hire, like where it's just mandatory that LeBron has to have final say. Sorry, that's what I meant.
No, but look, if you're the Lakers and you want to keep LeBron, and the way to keep LeBron is by hiring his coach, you do it. And what else are you going to do? Take a look around the West. The Lakers aren't competing anytime soon. So you might as well keep the guy that puts butts in seats, that makes you relevant, that delays your rebuild.
UCLA has to pay Cal at least $30 million to go to the Big Ten because they share a system.
Oh, well, that sucks. and back damages and
yeah,
UCLA's probably wondering.
They're calling it calimony.
Do they have to pay UC Davis or UC Irvine? Where does
Cal's the flagship? Everybody's branched off the Cal system.
So if UC Davis had gone to the Big Ten, they'd have to pay.
They'd
Cal
have to pay Cal money too.
Okay,
I guess, right?
I don't know. That state's weird.
It's a Michael Katz question. He gets all my random California conference / who's associated with who situation. It's like, is it? I think it's soft. I was amazed by this the other day. USC doesn't have a softball team.
Really?
It's like that's the
probably
the best
stuff?
congregation of like probably softball in the country.
Yeah, I would think you'd be able to put together a softball team.
Yeah, he said they never had one. I don't know, just randomness as we go. Okay, I'll tease it and then we'll go to it the last segment. Because there's a couple things that actually matter from Dellenger's story, and the rest is, I mean, if you really want to get into the weeds, sure, but today's not the day because it's not over. He leads with, if they reject a proposed settlement offer, officials from the NCAA and power conferences stand to face a catastrophic $20 billion in back damages, as well as risking bankruptcy, according to documents obtained, blah, 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 blah. The document was circulated among power conference and presidents and administrators as ACC leaders met at their annual spring meetings in Florida. Amelia Island is where this took place. Says this has to do with the settlement in the House case, Hubbard case, Carter case, trio of legal challenges brought against the NCAA, blah, 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 back pay stuff. A new compensation model permitting schools to share as much as $22 million annually with athletes in a capped system and an overhaul of the NCAA scholarship and roster structure, which would essentially eliminate all scholarship and roster restrictions. If baseball wanted to fund 40 scholarships on 40 players, feel free. Now, how many teams are going to do that? Not many, but
no,
maybe zero. But just saying, that's part of it.
How many schools, your opinion, if they could go to 25 fully funded scholarships in baseball, would? 25. They're at 11.7 now. How many would go to 25? Half the SEC?
I was going to guess 25 to 30 nationally.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. Because, like, look, would it be effective cost-wise? No, but, like, even East Carolina probably does it. Like, some of the places that take it very seriously and go, hey, no, we're going to go win at this.
Now, if you do that, you add 13.3. You've got to add those in Title IX. You got to add those in women's sports, too. So you almost have to add a women's team. I guess I'm jumping the gun. Sorry.
But do you? I don't know.
I don't know. If you read this story, they still their basic answer to the Title IX stuff is, we don't know. We're going to leave that up to the courts.
Because look, and I'm going to say this again, and this has been really relevant the entire time, is everybody keeps going, Title IX requires equal pay. No, it doesn't. Title IX is equal opportunity. And everybody's still, like, again, this can end up being wrong. All these cases are going to go to court. I don't know how they're going to finish. But the way that I interpret it and understand it from administrators, not just at Ole Miss, other places too, is that Title IX is simply about the opportunity for revenue, not the equality of revenue. Okay. And those are two totally different things.
Yeah.
And this doesn't even go for all women's sports. This goes for all men's Olympic sports that don't make money or anything else. That, to their knowledge, the revenue that is being shared is shared in sports that have revenue, unless a school just decides they want to help everybody and whatever. But from a restriction standpoint, Title IX would still be applicable and in place because simply those sports have the ability to have revenue. Nobody's stopping them from having revenue. It just hasn't happened. Gotcha. Now, do you work the books in different ways? I don't know. That's downline from what I'm saying, but nonetheless, that's kind of the way this model has worked at this point when they keep talking about it. The NCAA is responsible for paying the amount over a 10-year period, about $277 million annually. 60% of that would come from a reduction in distribution from schools, which is a big deal. The NCAA is responsible for closing the 40% gap through other means, such as reserves, net incomes, significant reduction in operating expenses, and as much as $18 million annually. I did see also in this thing that it said that power leagues are anticipating about $1 to $2 million per year in distribution dropping reductions whenever this happens. And then also schools can get credited for Austin payments, which have been going on the last few years. And Ole Miss has really done a good job of maxing those out.
Right.
So whatever credit you can possibly get from that, Ole Miss would get under those structures because they were the very first school to pay the players directly for the Austin payments. And they've been pretty proactive in that.
One of the interesting things in that story is this is all based on the assumption that there is a settlement.
That is correct.
If there's not a settlement and this thing goes to court, it could be chaotic and it could lead to bankruptcies, both the NCAA and the leagues.
Yeah, completely catastrophic. Because at that point, nobody's even trying to win anymore. You're just killing it. And it's like, okay, what are you doing? I mean, there is a line in every court case where you go, hey, if I push too far, it all folds.
Yeah.
Which helps no one.
No.
So.
But again, I come back
because you're wondering who's even on that side to matter. Yeah.
I come back on the other side and go, well, who's making those decisions?
Yeah. That's the thing.
And I don't know the answer. I'm not trying to be a jerk. But like, okay, well, we're making a settlement. Okay, well, who is on the other side agreeing to go, okay, because like, let's use this. Something catastrophic happens to me. Mm-hmm. And the insurance people want to avoid a trial. The other person's insurance comes to me. They offer X. I have to agree to it. I have the option to go, no, I'm taking you to trial. Mm-hmm. I want more than X. Who's representing former players?
I don't know. They appear to be just sitting back kind of waiting.
Who's representing current players?
Mm-hmm.
They're not unionized.
No.
The NCAA doesn't want them to become employees because that's a whole new can of worms. But I don't know. I read all this and hear it, and I know it's very good journalism and stuff, but I have a lot, and Ross answers a lot of questions. This isn't about
We're
Ross.
not to the point of having the answers yet.
I don't know them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the problem. So, all right, another quick break real quick. Tell you about Northeast Spark NESPARC. Service people across rural communities. 2 packages, the Ignite, the 100 Mbps, or the Blaze. That is the 1 gig, the fastest option available. Your hometown team bringing you world-class broadband. That's NESpark.com, 662-238-3159. Phone service, corner controls, network security, wireless mesh extender, and much more. So call the office for details. And best internet in Lafayette County. That's NESpark.com or 662-238-3159.
Southern Traditions Farm is a 68-acre, 32-stall upscale equestrian training and boarding facility in Canton, Mississippi. Sand rings, grass rings, miles of wooded trails, so much offered at Southern Traditions. Horseback riding offerings from beginner to advanced. It's also a great venue for events, so get in touch with them on Facebook or Instagram at Southern Traditions Farm. We're brought to you by Art Hayes, Sotheby's International Realty. Are you thinking of making a move? Put the power of Sotheby's International Realty to work for you. As a licensed agent with Sotheby's and a supporter of all things Ole Miss, Art can help you buy or sell in your hometown or anywhere in the world at no charge to you. Seriously. So call and ask Art how, 612-805-5929, or email Art at arthur.hayes@lakesmn.com.
Yeah, last thing on this is that in the again, this is just Ross is writing off of a document that was distributed. So keep that in mind. The questions he's answering are the questions that were answered in that document.
Right.
The way the revenue sharing model works, the cap is schools are permitted but not required. Let's keep that in mind.
Right.
No one has to do this. It is permitted to do this, to distribute to athletes. The cap is 22% of an average of Power Conference schools' media rights, ticket sales, and sponsorships. For fall of 2025, that would be somewhere around $21 million per school. So a $21 million cap. And again, you could be offset by as much as $5 million in exceptions. Austin-related payments can go as high as 2.5 from an offset, and then also 2.5 million in any new scholarships they add as part of an expansion of financial aid to the new model as well. One huge sticking point is that it says here the settlement would develop a new enforcement infrastructure specifically targeting pay-for-play rules around booster-led collectives, and the infrastructure supported by the court's affirmation of NCAA compensation restrictions. It would potentially resolve a sticking point for administrators who believe the settlement does not address what they describe as the Wild West environment across college sports and recruiting of an open transfer and unrelated NIL payment environment. So there is that as well as you're kind of finishing this thing up. But again, we're a long way away, but it's enlightening. The terms we have as much as $21 million per year in revenue.
I'd hate to be one of the people having to suddenly balance new budgets. I mean,
because they never really balanced to begin with.
Yeah.
And now it's a whole nother
totally different deal.
A whole nother deal.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Brady roast?
Yeah.
Saw he regretted it a little bit today. He said multiple times. Upset about his kid. He had to know it was coming is my biggest. I get it. I don't even necessarily disagree with him. But what'd you expect it to be when you agreed? Like, that is what a roast is.
You got paid handsomely to do it, too. Come on.
But he doesn't need the money.
No, but, I mean, just let it go away.
And it will. That's basically what he said was, hey, I mean, I didn't think through some of it, blah, 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 blah. I mean, was he on McAfee? Is that where it came from?
I'm not sure.
No, sorry. It was the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark, Fred Taylor, and Channing Crowder. McAfee's little inset was at the top of the ESPN thing, so I was just assuming. Saw Blanco for the Astros got tossed.
Saw that.
Some glove malfunction yesterday.
He says it was just some resin.
Just some resin?
The resin. He said the resin got mixed with his sweat. It happens. I mean, who among us?
You don't think benefit of the doubt is an entitlement here?
No, I mean, I think there's no question that the young man was not doing anything untoward to get a better grip on the ball. I mean, the fact that he has had these incredible numbers so far this season is just a testament to his work.
Cubs going to score again?
There we go.
Tomorrow?
I mean, just
curious.
Hey, do you know you're bald?
2-0, 7-0, whatever it was. I don't know.
I mean, we don't fare well in Atlanta. Okay.
That's not your hot spot.
I mean, the right fielder drops balls. We don't score runs.
So tonight, Game 5, you're not watching. You're gonna watch.
I haven't decided. I'm kind of torn.
You're gonna watch.
If Jokic plays like he played last night,
none of this
matters. Ain't nobody beating him.
They got to finish them in 6.
Yeah. Did you watch that last night?
No, but I saw the
they had
stats.
no answer for him.
Boston will finish Cleveland tonight.
Yeah.
Game 5 in Boston.
Yeah. They'll win that one.
No. The T-Wolves told the crowd last night, we'll see you for Game 7. So,
I mean, okay.
We did forget about Anthony Edwards pretty quick, though, once Jokic decided he was going to show up again.
We did that deal that I say we.
No, I know. The collective
media does. It's like we overreact to 1 or 2 games in such dramatic ways.
Mm-hmm.
Jokic is really, really, really good. He can beat you in so many ways. There's a reason that he's the MVP.
Yeah, if he's on the floor.
He's tough. I mean, Rudy Gobert is an elite defender, and he just owned him.
Last night, Boston staved off elimination in the NHL, knocking off Florida 2-1 to force a Game 6 back in Boston. And then Edmonton won at home last night, 3-2 over Vancouver. So that pretty hostile series is now 2-2, heading back to Vancouver for Game 5, as it's 2-2. And then in the AHL tonight, you've got where's it at? I just had it up a second ago. You have the Colorado Avalanche trying to stave off elimination. They are in Dallas, where the Stars lead 3-1 right now on Colorado. So that is where that is.
Who ended up winning the Edmonton game? Did you just tell me that?
Yeah, it's 2-2 now going back to Vancouver. So Edmonton won at home.
I watched the first period of that. That was intense.
And then the Knicks blew out the Pacers last night, 121-91 in New York. So they head back to Indiana, up 3-2.
Edmonton Oilers, sneaky good uniforms.
Those are good suits. Yeah.
Really good.
They are. There's a lot of good hockey suits.
We've never done the hockey suit breakdown.
I'd have to look at them.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head. Like, I know traditional ones.
Rangers.
Yeah. Like, I love the Blackhawks uniforms.
Yeah, it's great.
Like, there's some really good ones, but some of them.
But Edmonton, really good. I caught myself admiring their uniforms last night.
Did you really?
Yeah. I'm not going to go order one or anything, but
they are good.
I caught myself like
kind of bleeds now.
Yeah, it's kind of good.
Okay. I'll buy that. Hey, there's always tomorrow. So we get Jeffrey tomorrow. We'll talk about something. Again, Ole Miss, LSU starting tomorrow night. Baton Rouge, 7 o'clock Thursday, 6 o'clock Friday, 1 o'clock Saturday to close the regular season after they fell 7-4 to Southern Miss last night at Pete Taylor Park in Hattiesburg. So have a good day. RebelGrove.com in the meantime, and we will talk to you again in the morning.